Breathing rainbow. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look.
What's up, ladies and gents? And if you're new to the channel, it's your boy Shaka Zulu. And we're back here for another video. And today, guys, today, shit, it's time for Animorphs Chapter 6. You feel me? And today, we're gonna smoke during it. You know, I haven't been smoking. I haven't been able to get any concentrate or nothing. But your boy finally got some concentrate. You know what I'm saying? And I actually got some new cartridges, so I might have a cartridge review coming soon. All that good shit. And then hopefully a nature sesh. I did record a nature sesh, and I was gonna drop it, but I can't find one of my SD cards, so it's missing footage. So we might have a nature sesh, we might not. But you guys know, either way, I can just like, I'll go do another nature sesh, you know what I'm saying? When I have the time to go out again and go hiking. But without further ado, we're on chapter 6, bro. If you guys are wondering what happened in the last couple chapters, go check it out in the comments. I'll leave the playlist, but I'll give you guys a little recap. Basically, they're trying to infiltrate Chapman's house to figure out where the Yerk pool is, or where another Yerk pool entrance is, because the Yerk pool entrance that they went to in book 1, it's blocked, it's closed off, they can't get through there anymore. So now they're finding a new place, and the only way they can do that is by morphing into the cat that Chapman and Melissa has, which is Rachel's friend. So Rachel's gonna morph into a cat to try and infiltrate and get some information, and to find out whether Chapman is suspicious of her, because she did pretty much almost morph in front of them. They came like seconds later, like minutes or seconds later after she demorphed an elephant, because some weird ass dude was trying to kidnap her and probably do some weird ass shit. So without further ado, cheers gang. We got to start this off right with a little hit, because this is Stoner Book Club, baby! Stoner Book Club. So, chapter 6. Let me just take one hit real quick, and then we're going to get into the chapter. But it's getting pretty good, man. It's getting pretty fucking good. Let me know if you guys want me to keep putting the comic book with it. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this one. If I don't, leave in the comments, I need the comic on the screen. It's just that, you know, sometimes the comic, it just takes a lot more work to do. Hell yeah. Alright guys, chapter 6. Look, a kitty door, Jakes pointed. Where? Marco asked. See the lines of light at the bottom of the regular door? Oh yeah, Marco said. I wish the moon were out. I can't see a thing. The four of us were cowering behind a hedge that bordered the Chapman's lawn. They lived in a pretty normal suburban home. You know, 2 stories, a garage, a lawn. Nothing to make you think that the person who lived there was a part of a huge alien conspiracy to take over the world. Let me ask you this, Marco whispered. Why did it have to be Chapman? I was afraid of Chapman even before we found out he was the controller. You're not still upset over the detention he gave you? I asked. Look, if you're going to listen to music in math class with an earphone hidden under your hair, you have to remember not to start singing along. Yeah, that was only slightly stupid, Marco, Jake agreed. I still say Chapman never would have given me a whole week's detention if he were totally human. I have a question, Cassie said. How do we get Melissa's cat to come outside? We all looked at her. Good question, I admitted. I mean, we could hide here in the bushes for a long time, but sooner or later the neighbors are going to notice. What does the cat look like? Tobias was sitting perched on a nearby tree branch. He was close enough to hear us. I tried to remember. Its name is Fluffer, I remember that much. Fluffer McKitty. You got to be kidding, Marco. Marco, of course. I tried to remember back to when I used to hang with Melissa. It's black and white, in patches. I'll look around. Maybe it's already outside. Tobias spread his wings, swooped silently down over our heads, and flapped away in the night. You know what we need, I said? We need another kitty. We should have thought of that. Then we could have the second cat call out to Fluffer. Marco turned to stare at me. Meow, Fluffer. Come out, meow, meow. Come play, meow. Tobias morphed a cat very early on, didn't he? I asked. Yeah, Jake said. His first morph, the first morph any of us did. Rachel, you need to remember if you go in there tonight that you have to stay in cat character, Cassie said. Most people would just think it was weird if a cat acted strangely. But Chapman may be able to guess what's going on if Fluffer suddenly started acting uncat-like. So you're saying I shouldn't try eating with a fork or changing the channels on the TV? Everyone laughed quietly and nervously, but it was laughter just the same. Suddenly Tobias dropped out the sky, then drifted over us in a lazy circle, called down. Got him. He settled back on the branch. He was really an amazing animal when you just look at him as a bird and didn't think about him being a boy trapped in there. I mean, the gaze of a hawk when it's looking right at you is incredibly intimidating. Gentle Tobias now had an expression that looked totally ferocious. You're kidding. You found Fluffer, I asked. Hey, it's easy spotting prey. It's what I do. Or what a hawk does, anyway. Actually, there are maybe 6 or 8 cats running around the neighborhood. Also 3 dogs, an amazing amount of rats and mice. Rats? That got Marco's attention. Rats here? This is suburbia. I mean, it's a lot better than where I live. They have rats? There are rats everywhere, Tobias said. Rats, mice, and all kinds of plump, juicy. He fell silent, embarrassed. Get a grip, Tobias, Marco said. Don't start eating rats, all right? I don't know if I can have someone who eats rats for a friend. Sometimes Marco is funny. Sometimes he goes too far. This was one of those times. Shut up, Marco, I growled. I ate a live spider, Jake pointed out. Does that mean you and I can't be friends? From his tone of voice, I could tell he was angry too. None of us knew what Tobias was going through. None of us had even morphed for more than 2 hours. Tobias had been a hawk for more than a week. Marco realized he'd been a jerk. Well, yeah, I guess you're right, he muttered. Besides, I've been known to eat eggplant, so I guess I can't criticize. That was an apology, or as close as Marco could get to an actual apology. The cat we're looking for is just half block away, Tobias said. Follow me. He flew off, but kept low. We took off after him, even flying at a minimum speed. Tobias was too fast for us to keep up with. So he had to circle back again and again. We had a hard time keeping him in sight. This doesn't look too strange, Cassie joked. The 4 of us running down the street, looking up in the sky. There, Tobias called. See that yard with the 2 trees? Yeah, just to our left. That's the one. The cat you're looking for is stalking a mouse right behind the trunk of the nearest tree. Okay, we can't all go trampsing over some stranger's yard. I pointed out. I'll go with Cassie. Trampsing? I think that's the word. I might be saying it wrong. Traipsing. Trampsing. I never heard that word before. I just had to point that out because I don't remember ever reading that word before. We can't go all trampsing over some stranger's yard, I pointed out. I'll go with Cassie. Marco held up the kitty carrier we had brought along. Don't you need this? Not yet. I'll grab Fluffer and bring him back over here. You 2 guys just stand here and looking casual. Cassie and I stepped into the lawn. The house was dark. Maybe no one was home. That would be good. Go left, I suggested to Cassie. We circled the tree. Hey, Fluffer, I said in a high talking to animal's voice. Here, kitty kitty. Remember me? There he is. I see him. I squatted down, held my hand toward the cat. Hey, Fluffer. Fluffer, it's me, Rachel. Fluffer flattened his ears back along his skull. He looked from me to Cassie and back again. Come on, Fluffer, it's me. Come on, boy. He's a male? He's a tomcat? Cassie asked. Yeah, I think so. Oh, wonderful, Cassie moaned. Please tell me he's been fixed at least. Have you been fixed, Fluffer McKitty? I cooed. Why do we care? I asked Cassie. Because for pound... Why do we care? I asked Cassie. Because pound for pound, a tomcat is like one of the toughest, most dangerous little things around. Who's Fluffer, my little McKitty friend Fluffer? Even if he is fixed, a male cat out at night in hunting mode, Cassie shook her head. We should have worn gloves. Oh, come on. He's a sweet kitty cat. To demonstrate just how sweet Fluffer was, I reached a hand for him. He hissed. In a movement too fast for my human eyes to see, Fluffer swiped out with one paw. 3 bloody scratches appeared on the back of my hand, and Fluffer shot straight up the tree. Ow! I stuck my injured hand into my mouth. Gloves would definitely have been a good idea, Cassie said. How are you guys doing? Jake whispered, just loudly enough for me to hear. Wonderful, I said, through gritted teeth. I'm bleeding and Fluffer is up the tree. I heard Marco giggle. I expected that. But then I heard Jake giggling too. I looked up and saw 2 glittering yellow-green eyes glaring down from the dark tree. This was supposed to be the easy part, I said. I figured, okay, we go and acquire Fluffer's DNA, and then the hard stuff begins. We have a cat up a tree, Cassie said dolefully. You know how hard it is to get a cat down out of a tree? I have a plan, said Tobias. Are you there? Right above you, but I'm not going to try and snatch an angry tomcat down out of a tree. That's not what I was going to ask. I took a deep breath. This night was turning weird real fast. What I need is a mouse. And that's the end of chapter 6. So now they gotta get a morph something that the cat's attracted to, so they can catch him to acquire him, so they can go into the house. But cheers, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Remember to eat, breathe, smoke weed. And we're going to be back for chapter 7 probably the next day, because I can't leave you guys hanging. Because of how these chapters are, they're so short. So it's like you kind of don't get as much as you want. So I'm going to try and post them. When I do post one, I'm going to try and post the other one the next day or the next 2 days. But hell yeah, guys. I'm going to see you guys soon. Remember to eat, breathe, smoke weed. Chapter 7 coming soon. Peace out.